Throughout history, deep thinkers have often found themselves at odds with societal norms, facing significant challenges as they navigate a world that frequently resists intelligence and critical thought. These individuals, who possess the ability to analyze complex ideas and envision alternative perspectives, often encounter skepticism, misunderstanding, and even hostility from those who prefer the comfort of conventional wisdom. This resistance can manifest in various forms, from social ostracism to outright censorship. As societies tend to favor conformity over the disruptive nature of innovative thinking, the tension between deep thinkers and societal expectations raises important questions about the value placed on intelligence and the willingness of communities to embrace new ideas. As we delve into this topic, we will explore the historical context of deep thinkers, examining figures such as Socrates, Galileo, and more contemporary intellectuals who have challenged the status quo. These individuals often face persecution for their ideas, yet their contributions have ultimately shaped the course of human progress. By highlighting their struggles, we can better understand the ongoing resistance to intelligence in our own time. The tone of this discussion will be thought-provoking and insightful, encouraging viewers to reflect on the implications of valuing deep thought in a world that often prioritizes simplicity and immediate gratification. As we navigate through the complexities of this topic, we invite you to consider the role of deep thinkers in society and the potential consequences of ignoring their insights. Are we as a society willing to embrace the discomfort that comes with challenging established norms? Or will we continue to resist the very intelligence that has the power to propel us forward? Join us as we unpack these questions and explore the intricate relationship between deep thinkers and the societal structures that often seek to suppress them. Deep thinkers often grapple with feelings of isolation, a phenomenon that arises when their profound insights and contemplative nature set them apart from the mainstream. This social isolation can stem from their tendency to engage in complex thought processes that others may find difficult to understand or relate to. As they delve into intricate ideas and challenge prevailing beliefs, deep thinkers may inadvertently alienate themselves from peers who prefer simpler, more conventional perspectives. This disconnect can lead to a sense of loneliness as they struggle to find like-minded individuals who appreciate their depth of thought. The psychological implications of this isolation can be significant, often resulting in feelings of frustration, sadness, or even despair. One concept that sheds light on this experience is the mirror effect, which suggests that individuals often project their own insecurities and limitations onto others. For deep thinkers, this means that their intellectual pursuits may be met with defensiveness or hostility from those who feel threatened by their insights. This dynamic can exacerbate feelings of isolation, as deep thinkers may internalize the negative reactions of others, leading them to withdraw further into their thoughts. Historical examples abound of deep thinkers who face such isolation. Consider Socrates, who was condemned to death for his challenging ideas and relentless questioning of societal norms. His pursuit of truth ultimately led to his alienation from the very society he sought to enlighten. Similarly, Galileo faced significant isolation as he championed heliocentrism, enduring persecution from the church and societal rejection. These examples illustrate the enduring struggle of deep thinkers throughout history, highlighting the emotional toll of their intellectual pursuits. As we reflect on these experiences, it becomes clear that the journey of a deep thinker is often marked by both brilliance and solitude, prompting us to consider the importance of fostering environments that embrace and support diverse ways of thinking. Society frequently resists those who think differently, and this resistance can be traced back to several psychological mechanisms that govern human behavior. One primary factor is cognitive dissonance, which occurs when individuals encounter ideas that conflict with their existing beliefs or self-perception. This discomfort often leads to defensive reactions, as people may feel threatened by the intelligence of deep thinkers, prompting them to dismiss or undermine those who challenge their worldview. Additionally, social norms play a crucial role in shaping collective attitudes. When someone deviates from established beliefs, it can create a ripple effect that disrupts the status quo, leading to a backlash against the individual. This resistance is not merely a reaction to differing opinions, but also a challenge to the very foundations of self-identity and group cohesion. Deep thinkers, by their nature, often question societal norms and provoke critical reflection, which can be unsettling for those who prefer the comfort of conformity. Throughout history, numerous deep thinkers have faced marginalization as a result of this societal resistance. For instance, the philosopher Baruch Spinoza was excommunicated from the Jewish community for his radical ideas about God and nature, which contradicted traditional beliefs. Similarly, the scientist Charles Darwin faced significant backlash for his theory of evolution, which challenged long-held religious views about creation. In more recent times, figures like Albert Einstein experienced skepticism and resistance from established scientific communities when he introduced groundbreaking theories that defied conventional understanding. These examples illustrate a recurring pattern. When deep thinkers present ideas that threaten established norms or challenge self-perception, they often find themselves marginalized or ostracized. This historical context underscores the importance of recognizing and addressing the psychological mechanisms that fuel resistance to intelligence. By fostering an environment that values diverse perspectives and encourages open dialogue, society can begin to embrace the contributions of deep thinkers, ultimately enriching the collective understanding and progress of humanity. The psychological concept of the mirror effect refers to the phenomenon where individuals project their own insecurities, fears, and limitations onto others, often leading to defensive or negative reactions. This effect significantly impacts social interactions, as it can create barriers between individuals who think differently and those who feel threatened by their insights. When deep thinkers engage in profound discussions or present innovative ideas, they inadvertently hold up a mirror to others, reflecting not only their intellectual capabilities, but also the limitations of those around them. This reflection can provoke discomfort, as it forces individuals to confront their own shortcomings or the inadequacies of their beliefs. For many, this confrontation is unsettling, leading to feelings of inadequacy or defensiveness. As a result, rather than embracing the opportunity for growth and learning, individuals may react with hostility or dismissal toward the deep thinker, seeking to protect their self-image and maintain their comfort zone. The discomfort that arises from encountering intellectual superiority can be profound. When faced with someone who possesses a deeper understanding or a more nuanced perspective, individuals may experience a range of emotions, from envy to resentment. This reaction is often rooted in a fear of being outshined or feeling inferior, which can trigger a defensive response. Consequently, deep thinkers may find themselves marginalized or ostracized, not necessarily because their ideas lack merit, but because their presence challenges the status quo and forces others to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves. This dynamic highlights the importance of fostering environments that encourage open-mindedness and intellectual curiosity. By recognizing the mirror effect and its implications, society can work towards creating spaces where diverse thoughts are welcome, allowing deep thinkers to share their insights without fear of backlash. Ultimately, understanding this psychological concept can help bridge the gap between deep thinkers and those who may initially resist them, promoting a culture of acceptance and growth. Cognitive biases play a significant role in the rejection of deep thinkers, often hindering productive intellectual discussions. One prominent example is the Dunning-Kruger effect, a psychological phenomenon where individuals with limited knowledge or competence in a particular area overestimate their understanding and abilities. This bias can lead to a dismissive attitude toward deep thinkers, as those affected may feel confident in their opinions, despite lacking the depth of knowledge necessary to engage meaningfully with complex ideas. Consequently, they may reject or undermine the insights of more knowledgeable individuals, creating a barrier to constructive dialogue. The implications of the Dunning-Kruger effect are profound, as it not only stifles intellectual growth, but also fosters an environment where superficial understanding is valued over genuine inquiry. Another cognitive bias that contributes to the rejection of deep thinkers is status quo bias, which refers to the preference for maintaining existing conditions rather than embracing change. This bias can lead individuals to resist new ideas that challenge established norms, as they may perceive such ideas as threats to their comfort and familiarity. When deep thinkers introduce innovative concepts or question prevailing beliefs, those influenced by status quo bias may react defensively, favoring the familiar over the unfamiliar. Additionally, the backfire effect exacerbates this resistance. When individuals encounter evidence that contradicts their beliefs, they may double down on their original stance rather than reconsider their views. This reaction can create friction in intellectual discussions, as deep thinkers find themselves facing not only skepticism, but also outright hostility when presenting their ideas. The interplay of these cognitive biases can create a challenging environment for deep thinkers, who often seek to engage in meaningful discourse. As a result, the rejection of their insights becomes a barrier to progress and understanding. Recognizing these biases is crucial for fostering a culture that values intellectual exploration and encourages open-mindedness, allowing for richer discussions and the potential for transformative ideas to flourish. In the digital age, social media and technology have significantly amplified the rejection of intelligence, creating an environment where superficial engagement often takes precedence over meaningful discourse. One of the primary culprits behind this phenomenon is the algorithms that govern social media platforms. These algorithms are designed to prioritize content that generates high levels of engagement, such as likes, shares, and comments, rather than content that promotes depth and critical thinking. As a result, sensationalized or emotionally charged posts often gain traction, while nuanced discussions and intellectual insights struggle to find an audience. This prioritization of engagement over depth can lead to a culture where shallow interactions are celebrated and complex ideas are overlooked or dismissed. The impact of viral content on intellectual discourse is profound. When ideas are distilled into bite-sized, easily digestible formats, the richness of deep thinking is often lost. Viral trends can overshadow substantive discussions, reducing complex topics to mere sound bites that lack the necessary context for understanding. This trend not only diminishes the quality of discourse, but also fosters an environment where misinformation can thrive, as sensationalized claims are more likely to be shared than well-researched arguments. Deep thinkers face unique challenges in this landscape, as their insights often require time and contemplation to appreciate fully. In a world that favors quick consumption and instant gratification, deep thinkers may find it difficult to engage audiences who are more accustomed to rapid-fire content. This disconnect can lead to feelings of isolation and frustration, as their contributions are frequently marginalized or ignored. Moreover, the pressure to conform to the fast-paced nature of social media can discourage deep thinkers from sharing their ideas, fearing that they will be drowned out by louder, less substantive voices. As a result, the digital age presents a complex challenge for those who seek to promote intellectual discourse, highlighting the need for a cultural shift that values depth and critical thinking over mere engagement. By fostering environments that encourage thoughtful dialogue, we can begin to counteract the amplification of rejection toward intelligence in the digital realm. Arthur Schopenhauer, a profound philosopher of the 19th century, held a rather bleak view of intelligence, positing that it could often be a curse rather than a blessing. He believed that heightened intelligence brings with it a deeper awareness of the suffering and absurdity inherent in life, leading to feelings of isolation and despair. Schopenhauer argued that while most people are content to live within the confines of societal norms and superficial pleasures, those endowed with greater intellectual capacity are burdened by the weight of existential questions and the harsh realities of existence. This perspective underscores his belief that intelligence can alienate individuals from the masses, creating a chasm between the deep thinker and the average person who may not share the same level of insight or understanding. Central to Schopenhauer's philosophy is the dichotomy between the will to truth and the will to live. The will to truth represents the pursuit of knowledge and understanding, a relentless quest for deeper truths about existence, while the will to live embodies the instinctual drive for survival and the pursuit of immediate gratification. Schopenhauer contended that the will to truth often leads to disillusionment, as it reveals the inherent suffering and futility of life, contrasting sharply with the more comforting, albeit superficial, pursuits of the will to live. This tension between these two wills highlights the struggle faced by deep thinkers, who may find themselves torn between their desire for intellectual clarity and the instinctual need for connection and belonging. Schopenhauer's philosophy resonates with modern deep thinkers, many of whom grapple with similar feelings of isolation and the burden of their insights. In an age where superficiality often reigns supreme, those who seek to challenge conventional wisdom may find themselves marginalized, echoing Schopenhauer's sentiments about the loneliness that accompanies profound intelligence. His work serves as a poignant reminder of the complexities of intellectual pursuit and the emotional toll it can exact on those who dare to delve deeper into the nature of existence. Throughout history, numerous figures have faced rejection and persecution for their groundbreaking ideas, often challenging the prevailing norms of their time. One of the most notable examples is Socrates, the ancient Greek philosopher who was put on trial for allegedly corrupting the youth of Athens in impiety. Socrates championed critical thinking and encouraged his students to question established beliefs and societal norms. His method of dialectical questioning, known as the Socratic method, aimed to stimulate critical thought and self-reflection. However, this approach was perceived as a threat to the status quo, leading to his condemnation and eventual execution in 399 BCE. Socrates' trial serves as a poignant reminder of the dangers faced by those who dare to challenge conventional wisdom. Another prominent figure is Galileo Galilei, whose scientific discoveries fundamentally altered humanity's understanding of the cosmos. Galileo championed the heliocentric model of the universe, which posited that the Earth revolved around the Sun, directly contradicting the geocentric view upheld by the Catholic Church. His advocacy for empirical observation and scientific reasoning led to his persecution, culminating in a trial by the Inquisition in 1633. Galileo was forced to recant his views and spent the remainder of his life under house arrest, illustrating the severe consequences faced by those who challenge established authority with new ideas. Nikola Tesla, the brilliant inventor and electrical engineer, also encountered significant struggles against societal norms and industrial interests. Despite his groundbreaking contributions to alternating current, AC electricity, and numerous innovations, Tesla faced rejection from powerful industrialists who favored Thomas Edison's direct current DC system. His ideas were often dismissed or overshadowed, and he struggled to secure funding and recognition for his work. Tesla's vision for a world powered by wireless energy was ahead of its time, leading to his marginalization in a society that prioritized profit over innovation. These historical figures exemplify the challenges faced by deep thinkers who dare to challenge the status quo, highlighting the enduring struggle for intellectual freedom and the acceptance of transformative ideas. For deep thinkers navigating the often turbulent waters of societal rejection, developing effective coping strategies is essential for fostering resilience and maintaining intellectual engagement. One of the most beneficial approaches is to seek out like-minded individuals who share similar interests and values. Engaging in meaningful discussions with those who appreciate depth and complexity can provide a supportive environment where ideas can be explored without fear of dismissal. Online forums, book clubs, or local meetups can serve as valuable platforms for connecting with others who resonate with one's intellectual pursuits, creating a sense of community that alleviates feelings of isolation. Another crucial strategy is to consider the context in which deep ideas are shared. Understanding the audience and the environment can significantly impact how ideas are received. Tailoring discussions to align with the interests and knowledge levels of others can facilitate more productive exchanges. For instance, introducing complex concepts gradually and relating them to familiar experiences can help bridge the gap between deep thinking and everyday understanding. This contextual awareness not only enhances communication, but also fosters a more receptive atmosphere for intellectual discourse. Additionally, deep thinkers can benefit from learning to communicate their complex thoughts in simpler terms. This doesn't mean diluting their ideas, but rather finding ways to express them clearly and concisely. Using analogies, metaphors, or relatable examples can make intricate concepts more accessible to a broader audience. Practicing this skill can help deep thinkers articulate their insights without overwhelming others, encouraging engagement rather than resistance. Moreover, embracing vulnerability and acknowledging that not everyone will understand or appreciate their ideas can also be liberating. Accepting rejection as a natural part of the intellectual journey allows deep thinkers to focus on their passion for exploration rather than the fear of judgment. By employing these strategies, seeking supportive communities, being mindful of context, and simplifying communication, deep thinkers can navigate societal rejection more effectively, fostering resilience and continuing their pursuit of knowledge and understanding in a world that often resists depth. In this exploration of the challenges faced by deep thinkers in society, we have delved into several key points that highlight the complexities of intellectual engagement. Deep thinkers often encounter significant resistance due to their unique perspectives, which can lead to feelings of isolation and marginalization. We discussed how cognitive biases, such as the Dunning-Kruger effect and status quo bias, contribute to the rejection of innovative ideas, making it difficult for those who think differently to find acceptance. Additionally, we examined the impact of social media and technology, where algorithms prioritize engagement over depth, further complicating the landscape for deep thinkers striving to share their insights. Understanding these dynamics is crucial, as it sheds light on the emotional and intellectual struggles that deep thinkers endure. By recognizing the societal mechanisms that contribute to their isolation, we can foster a more inclusive environment that values diverse perspectives and encourages meaningful discourse. This awareness not only benefits deep thinkers, but also enriches society as a whole, promoting a culture of curiosity and critical thinking. As we wrap up this discussion, we encourage you to engage with the content and share your thoughts. Your insights are invaluable, and by participating in this dialogue, you contribute to a broader understanding of the challenges and triumphs of deep thinkers. If you found this exploration thought-provoking, please consider subscribing to our channel for more content that delves into the intricacies of intelligence and societal dynamics. Don't forget to like this video and share it with others who may benefit from these discussions. Together, we can create a community that appreciates depth and encourages the pursuit of knowledge, fostering an environment where deep thinkers can thrive and their ideas can flourish. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to hearing your perspectives in the comments below.